What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another one. And on this one, I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you're watching this channel, chances are you already, maybe you have questions about the election, the integrity of said election. Maybe you guys think that January 6th was a setup. Maybe you're part of that crowd. So if you're part of that crowd, then you're going to say duh on this. But check it out. Top military official lied about January 6th. The whistleblowers. Before we get into the meat of this story, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Really helps the channel out. Let's get into this. Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy was among senior officials who did not tell the truth about what happened on January 6, 2021, National Guard officials say. And I'm not even surprised. I am not even surprised at this point. I don't even. How many of them have they caught, dude? The Secretary of the Army on January 6, 2021 lied about multiple details regarding what unfolded as the U.S. Capitol was breached. National Guard whistleblower said during a congressional hearing on April 17th. I apologize, guys. Is that I need to. That was my wife. I got an issue going on, but anyways, lied about multiple details regarding what unfolded as the was breached. National Guard whistleblower said during a congressional hearing on April 17th. Then Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy made multiple false claims, including that he spoke to the commanding general of the D.C. National Guard on two separate occasions after officials requested the Guard be deployed to the Capitol, the whistleblower said. After Major General William Walker conveyed a request from the U.S. Capitol Police for Guard personnel, Mr. McCarthy called Major General Walker at 2:14 p.m. and instructed the Guard to stand by according to a Guard timeline of January 6th. But that call and others that Mr. McCarthy or one of his top advisors were said to have made, later authorizing the Guard for mobilization and deployment, did not happen, according to the Guard officials. At no time did General Walker take any calls, nor did we ever hear from the Secretary on any of the ongoing conference calls or the secure video teleconferencing during the day. Captain Timothy Nick, who served as Major General Walker's personal assistant on January 6th, said during the hearing, "This I know because I was with the command general the entire time recording the events." Oof. Okay. Says Captain Nick has not previously discussed publicly what transpired on January 6th, nor has Brigadier General Aaron Dean, who was the D.C. National Guard's adjutant general on the day the Capitol was breached. Guys, I'm sorry about the fidgeting. My shoulder is murdered. I don't know what I did to it. The Department of Defense Inspector General report on January 6th, which relied heavily on Mr. McCarthy and other military officials, was rife with inaccuracies. Brigadier General Dean said, "I believe it is my duty and moral obligation to stand before you today," excuse me. I think that was a Freudian slip. To stand in the way. To stand before you today and illuminate the truth, he told the hearing, which was held by the House Administration Committee's Subcommittee on Oversight. Despite Mr. Walker conveying the Capitol Guard request for assistance around 1:50 p.m., the Guard was not deployed to the Capitol until about 5:10 p.m. This was a dereliction of duty by the Secretary of the Army, Rep. Greg Murphy, one of the members of the committee said. Mr. McCarthy refused to appear before the panel, Dr. Murphy said. Christopher Miller, the acting Secretary of Defense at the time, authorized Guard deployment at 3:11 p.m., but Mr. McCarthy took the order and decided to draw up a plan before ordering the deployment, according to military timelines and testimonies from Mr. McCarthy and others. "You never would employ our personnel, whether it's on American street or a foreign street, without putting together a plan," Mr. McCarthy told the now disbanded House January 6th committee. Mr. McCarthy could not be reached. The Army declined to comment. And see, it's such bullshit, man. It is such bullshit. "We stand by our January 6th report and have no further comment at this time," a DoD IG spokesperson told the Epoch Times via email. The whistleblowers also testified that Army officials Lieutenant General Walter Piott and General Charles Slim, during a 2:30 p.m. conference call on January 6th, both expressed concern about the optics of having the Guard at the Capitol. I did hear the word optics, and they did use it. Specifically, General Piott said optics, and his concern was They did not want soldiers or airmen on Capitol grounds with the Capitol in the background. Brigadier General Dean said they were given every other reason why we should be around the Capitol, away from the Capitol, and not responding to the Capitol. That is weird. The officials lacked familiarity with the Guard and the Guard's capabilities, Brigadier General Dean said. Lieutenant General Piat has been quoted by Major General Walker and others as saying during the call, I don't like the visual of the National Guard standing in line with the Capitol in the background. I would much rather relieve USCP officers from other posts so they can handle the protesters. So all you care about was the optics, huh? That's interesting, man. That's interesting. Lieutenant General Piat has told lawmakers that he did not recall using the word optics, visuals, or image during the call or any other conversations on January 6th, but he later said, I may have said that, citing people who took notes during the call. I guess I got caught. I guess I got caught, y'all. Like, what the hell, bro? People are so ridiculous, dude. You got caught in a lie. Just say, okay, you got me, bro. I said it. That's it, dude. That's it. Ridiculous. General Flynn told the House Oversight Committee in 2021 that I never expressed a concern about the visuals, image, or public perception of sending the D.C. National Guard to the U.S. Capitol. Colonel Earl Matthews, a lawyer who was with Major General Walker on January 6th and who has challenged the Pentagon January 6th narrative, and D.C. National Guard Command Sergeant Michael Brooks, a senior officer with the Guard until he retired in 2022, also testified during the hearing in Washington. None of the Guard officials who testified were formally interviewed by the House January 6th committee, which was primarily run by Democrats and disbanded at the end of the previous Congress. The officials said the Guard was ready to act and could have made a difference if not for the delay. I know if we were able to deploy immediately when General Walker made the request, Captain Nick said, the National Guard could have helped end civil disturbance and restore order quickly. In other words, why'd you drag your heels? Dude, this is why people say conspiracy theories and that we're nuts and all this other stuff. Dude, all you have to do is like a cursory, search for this type of stuff. And it's there. It's all there. It's all there. Oh, look, we believe that this was a setup. Look at it. It's right there. How much clearer can it get? They're never going to say, oh, this was a setup. They're never going to say that. Because guess what that would be? Treason. I don't know, you guys. We got a very important election coming up in November. Very important. Just remember that, all right? Anyways, you guys stay safe and stay based.